So for today, we will discuss about food processing one. So first, our first part will be about fundamentals of food processing and preservation. So food processing, so let's define first what is food processing. It refers to the set of methods and techniques used to transform raw materials or ingredients into consumer food products. So example ng ating raw materials is the pork, soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, and black pepper. And then lulutuin natin siya. So usually sa pan, gagamit tayo ng heat from our stove, mag-apply tayo ng heat, and then magkakaroon na tayo ng pork adobo. So, from our raw materials, meron na tayong consumer food product na pork adobo. So, example, gusto naman natin gumawa ng calamansi juice. So, ang ating raw materials ay calamansi puree, water, and sugar. And then, imimix natin sila. And then, magkakaroon na tayo ng calamansi juice. So, that's what you call about food processing. So why do we process food? So what are the reasons why we process food? So first, food safety and preservation. So una, gusto nating ma-eliminate, ma-destroy, mapatay yung mga microorganisms natin, mga spoilage microorganisms, mga pathogenic microorganisms sa pagkain natin, o kaya gusto nating mapabagal yung growth and activities nila sa pagkain natin. So, from that, mas mapapahaba natin yung shelf life ng ating food product. We can make the food last longer bago sila mapanis or ma-spoil. And at the same time, kapag napahaba natin yung shelf life ng food natin, mas nagiging possible na makapag-transport tayo ng mga food products natin from one place to another, lalo na yung mga lugar na malalayo sa atin. So example, yung mga vacuum freeze, buko pie, or mga food na for export sa ibang bansa. Second is the nutrition. So, sa mga food natin, meron tayong usually tinatawag yung mga fortified foods. Ito yung nag-a-add tayo ng mga vitamins and minerals. So, example, yung mga fortified milk na may vitamin A and B vitamins. So, example din sa rice na may iron. O kaya sa salt na may iodine. So, another reason is variety. Siyempre, gusto natin na madami tayong iba-ibang klase ng food na kinakain natin or ini-incorporate natin sa katawan. Gusto natin na, syempre nauumay din naman tayo kapag same variety yung pagkain na kinakain natin. Through food processing, nag increase yung variety ng food na ni-incorporate natin sa ating diet. Example sa adobo, may pork adobo, chicken adobo, o kaya white adobo, yung walang soy sauce. So, sa mga juices, meron na tayong mga dalandan juice, lychee juice, four seasons, so orange juice. So, madami na tayong mga varieties. So, another reason is convenient. So, meron tayong mga food na nag-require sa atin ng little or no preparation at all. Example, yung mga ready-to-eat or mga easy-to-prepare options that save our time, such as yung mga frozen, pre-cut vegetables. Kung saan itutone na lang natin and then we can lutuin na natin or isutay sa ating fan. Hindi natin kailangan na tanggalin yung balat ng mga vegetables and then mag-cut since pre-cut na siya. Then meron din tayong mga packaged meals, yung mga sa convenience store, yung may rice, and then may kasama na siyang ulam, and then ima-microwave na lang natin for 1 minute. O kaya yung mga instant noodles na iboboil na lang natin yung noodles sa hot or boiling water for 3 minutes, and then i-add na natin yung seasonings, and then pwede na natin siya kumakain. Then meron din tayong another reason is the palatability. So, it improves food's flavor, texture, and appearance, making it more pleasurable to consume. So, example, yung white bread natin, pwede natin siyang i-toast, lagyan ng palaman, and then yung mga patatas natin, mga boiled potatoes, nakakain naman natin yun as is. Pero kung gusto nating ma-improve yung flavor niya, pwede tayong mag-add ng other ingredients pa para maging mashed potato. And lastly is for income generation. So alam naman natin na madaming mga food businesses around us. Merong mga home-based, mga nasa food cart, food truck, or mga restaurants. So from that, sa pagbebenta natin ng food, nakakapag-generate tayo ng income. So ano nga ba yung mga methods of food preservation? So sa physical methods, meron tayong decrease in temperature, increase in temperature, and asepsis. So sa decrease in temperature, dito yung nasa-slow down natin yung pagdami ng mga microorganisms as well as yung mga degradation reactions sa food. So example nito ay refrigeration and then freezing. Sa increase naman ng temperature dito natin napapatay na or nade-destroy or na-eliminate yung ating mga microorganisms. At the same time, na-activate natin yung mga enzymes na present sa food. So example, pasteurization, sterilization, grilling, frying, ayan. And then pag asepsis, when we say asepsis, it is keeping the microorganisms out at the start of the process. So example, mga natural coverings natin, the fruit peels, eggshells, nutshells, or mga artificial coverings like packaging material or the tin can or plastic. So sa physical method din, meron tayong lower the water activity, irradiation, and mga non-thermal processing method. So sa lower water activity, meron tayo, we make the water unavailable for microbial activity and chemical reaction. So example nito yung pag nag-add tayo ng mga solutes like salt and sugar, kung saan yung water is mas attracted sila compared sa other components ng food. So with that, mas hindi na naging available yung water for our microbial activities or growth. Then meron din tayong tinatawag na dehydration kung saan we remove the water from the food. And then we also have here the freeze concentration kung saan i-freeze natin yung food para maka-form yung water natin is maging ice. And then yung ice natin is magiging vapor para tinatawag siyang process na sublimation. And then meron din tayong tinatawag na irradiation where we eliminate the microorganisms. So sa irradiation, gumagamit tayo ng UV and gamma rays. And then meron din tayong non-thermal processing method which damages the cellular structure. So example nito yung mga high pressure processing or pulse electric field or PEF. So meron din tayo tinatawag na chemical methods and biological methods. Sa chemical methods, nag-a-add tayo ng chemical preservatives sa food para ma-inhibit yung growth and activity ng mga microorganisms. So example, mga antioxidants, mga benzoates, sulfites, nitrites, and nitrates. Sa biological methods naman, gumagamit tayo ng natural antimicrobial compounds and microorganisms. So with this, ini-inhibit din natin yung growth and activity ng mga microorganisms. So example ng biological methods ay lactic acid fermentation, alcoholic fermentation, and acetic acid fermentation. So, ano ba yung mga microbial growth requirements? So, meron tayong mnemonics na FATTOM or FATTOM. So, sa F, so yung mga microorganisms natin, kailangan nila ng food. They need a source of carbon, nitrogen, and other nutrients. So, yung mga high-risk foods natin include those high in carbohydrates and protein. Sa acidity naman, most bacteria thrive in a neutral to slightly acidic environment. So between pH 4.6 to 7.5. And then meron din tayo sa temperature where most bacteria grow best in temperature between 41 degrees Fahrenheit to 135 degrees Fahrenheit or about 5 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. So, itong range na to, ito rin tinatawag nating temperature danger zone. Sa time naman, syempre, our microorganisms need a sufficient amount of time for them to multiply. So, a greater than 4 hours exposure at temperature danger zone, so that is a sufficient amount of time na para sa ating mga microorganisms. For oxygen naman, some microbes require oxygen to grow while others can only grow in its absence. And for moisture, a water activity greater than 0.85 promotes the growth of the microorganisms. So now, meron tayo here na mga practice questions. So question 1, the following promotes and optimizes the growth and activity of microorganisms in food, except A, leaving cooked food for more than 4 hours at room temperature, B, thawing chilled pork on top of the tabletop, C, adding lemon juice to homemade canned tomatoes, or D, none of the above. So the correct answer for question 1 is letter C, adding lemon juice to homemade canned tomatoes. So, i-analyze natin yung bawat choices. So, pag naglagay tayo ng lemon juice sa ating homemade canned tomatoes, ginagawa natin acidic yung environment. So, with that, alam naman natin na microorganisms mostly strive with slightly acidic to neutral na environment. And yung lemon juice is very, very acidic siya. So, yung canned tomatoes natin is nagiging acidic na. So, it does not promote the microorganisms in food. Sa letter B naman, throwing chilled pork on top of the tabletop. So, usually naman yung tabletop natin is at the ambient temperature. And yung ambient nating temperature is pasok siya doon sa range ng ating temperature danger zone na 5 to 60 degrees Celsius. So, letter B promotes the activity of the microorganism. So this is not the correct answer. And the letter A, leaving cooked food for more than 4 hours at room temperature. So as mentioned, more than 4 hours. So we have now enough time for the microorganisms to multiply. And then, nasa room temperature ba tayo? So, nasa range tayo ng temperature danger zone. So letter A is not the correct answer since it promotes the growth and activity of the microorganisms in food. Question 2. The following are reasons to process food except A. Eliminate the growth of harmful and spoilage microorganisms, making food last longer. B. Increase the options of meals and snacks in the diet. C. Build a business and generate income from selling trendy consumer products. Or D. None of the above. So for question number 2, our correct answer is letter D, none of the above. So let's analyze each options. So letter A, eliminate the growth of harmful and spoilage microorganisms, making food longer. So this is one of the reasons to process food. Kasi gusto nga natin mas mapahaba pa shelf life natin mga food, kaya tayo nagpa-process ng food. Letter B, increase the options of meals and snacks in the diet. So, pag nagpa-process tayo ng food, nakakagawa tayo ng iba't ibang variety ng pagkain. So, as mentioned, may mga pork adobo, white adobo, o kaya chicken adobo. So, we have letter C, build a business and generate income from selling trendy consumer products. So, as we all know, napakadami food businesses around us. May mga home-based, fast food, mga restaurant. So, we process food din para makabenta at kumita. So, the correct answer for question 2 is D, none of the above. So, that ends my presentation. Thank you so much.